Every yarn lover has that one fiber that they keep going back to. Whether you knit, crochet, loom, or you just hoard skeins for fun, no judgment here. We all have our ride or die yarn. There is zero shame in having a favorite because trust me, I do too. Actually, is there anyone who wants to guess what mine is? Drop your guess in the comments below. But I'll give you a hint. It's soft, it's versatile, and it's the fiber I use in almost all my patterns. Today, we're diving into what your favorite yarn says about you, your personality, your craft style, your entire fiber vibe. If you're part of the wool crew, the polyester power squad, the bamboo babes, or the nylon nerds, I've got you covered. No fiber fam left behind. And if you're that one person who's like, I actually love all yarns equally, you, my friend, are the chaotic neutral of the crafting community, and I deeply respect that energy. So buckle up, I'm about to read your fiber personality like it's a labeled skein in a clearance bin. Let's go see what your go-to yarn says about who you really are. Now, let's kick things off with the queen of craft styles everywhere. What does loving acrylic yarn say about you? The Acrylic Addict. If your go-to yarn is acrylic, I'm gonna guess that you're all about that frugal life. You see a shelf full of machine washable, colorful, budget-friendly yarn, and your brain goes, yes, I can make 12 blankets, 3 scarves, and still have enough for a baby beanie. You're a practical queen or king, and you don't have time for fiber snobs. Because while they're debating about the ethics of sheep shearing, you've already whipped up a full baby blanket set for your cousin's baby shower, and it's in the wash right now. You know what works. Acrylic yarn is reliable, affordable, and everywhere. From big box stores to your favorite online shops, whether it's Pound of Love, Color Theory, or Hue and Me, you're not picky, you're strategic. Let's be real, you probably also learned how to crochet or knit with acrylic. And now you're the one gifting handmade hats, blankets, and stuffed animals like it's your superpower. And the best part is no one has to hand wash them. You craft to create, not just to collect. You're not the type to hoard skeins like it's treasure. Well, not completely, but you're in this for the finished object glory. Your favorite part is that feeling when you bind off or weave in your last end. So if you're team acrylic, you're not just thrifty, you're thoughtful. You're the MVP of handmade gifts and the backbone of craft fairs. And let's face it, if yarn had a loyalty program, you'd be platinum tier. Next up, the Merino Maven. If this is you, go ahead and light that soy candle and settle in. You don't just buy yarn, you curate a collection. Every skein of merino wool you own is like an investment piece, because it is. This isn't just about crafting. This is about luxury, intentionality, and aesthetic excellence. Your favorite words are soft, ethically sourced, and superwash. Your favorite colors are probably taupe, stone, ivory, or anything that would look good in a home on a Sunday morning flat lay with a latte and a sprig of eucalyptus. You're the type of crocheter or knitter who doesn't rush. You move with care, you'll frog an entire project, not because it's wrong, but because the stitch definition wasn't perfect. And honestly, that's iconic behavior. You're not cheap, you're intentional. You know quality when you feel it. You appreciate fine fibers like Lion Brand's super wash merino wool, and maybe even something hand-dyed you picked up at a local yarn shop while sipping on some lavender tea. And listen, you might be a little bit bougie, but you're totally approachable. You're the friend everyone comes to for fiber recommendations because they know you get it. You don't just craft, you create heirlooms. Your makes are wearable, timeless, and always blocked to perfection. You've got that fiber snob energy, but in the best, most aspirational way possible. If someone says, oh, that's too fancy to use, you're like, not for me, because you know that life is too short to knit or crochet with anything less than what sparks joy and gives cloud-like softness. You're the Merino Maven, a vibe, a mood, and a whole fiber lifestyle. Coming up next, we have the Alpaca Afficionado. If this is your fiber of choice, you already know that you don't just make things, you feel things. To you, yarn isn't just about color or texture, it's about vibes, mood, and sensory perfection. You're here for the softest, warmest, most soul-soothing experience that yarn can offer. And that experience starts with Alpaca. You don't just like cozy, you live cozy. You probably got a playlist called Knitting by the Fireplace, and you absolutely light a lavender-scented candle before starting a new project. Maybe even some lo-fi music in the background. You're not in a rush, you're in a ritual. You choose choose alpaca yarn because it's warm without being bulky, soft without being basic, and luxurious without being flashy. You're the emotional support shawl type, the slow fashion advocate, the one who makes heirloom pieces because it just feels right. And if someone dare says alpaca sheds too much, you're ready to duel with a circular needle because hello, warm, elegance, straight, drama, alpaca gives it all. You're often confused with the Merino Maven, but let's be clear, this is a totally different energy. Where Merino is curated and polished, you're earthy, dreamy, and poetic. A true cottagecore icon, living your best life in a hand-knit wrap cardigan, even in 60-degree weather. Your stash most likely includes LB Collection's baby alpaca yarn or some soft hand-spun treasure that you found from a fiber festival that you still dream about. You don't just shop for yarn, you discover yarn. You're chill, sophisticated, and mysteriously cozy, like a candlelit cabin retreat with a steamy mug of tea and a book you actually plan to finish. You knit or crochet with presence, with care, and with heart. You, Alpaca Aficionado, are the heartbeat of the slow fiber movement, and I love that for you. Now entering the chat, the wool whisperer. You already know who you are. You don't just like wool, you believe in it, in all its forms. From rustic hand-spun to buttery soft blends, you love the texture, the warmth, and the structure. You've definitely said the words, real wool just hits different, probably more than once, and you meant it. You appreciate the natural fiber experience. You know the difference between superwash, non-superwash, worsted spun, and wool spun yarns, and you've got opinions on all of them. Your Ravelry queue is a scroll-a-thon, and yet you still have a project bag or 5 in rotation. You probably knit or crocheted at least one sweater that changed your life, and when it comes to blocking, you're all in. You'll soak a wool cardigan in your bathtub and call it a self-care ritual. You light a candle, pour a cup of tea, and say, this is my spa day. And honestly, I respect that energy. You've got that vintage soul. You lean into timeless patterns, classic silhouettes, and earthy color palettes. Neutral is your love language. Moss green, oatmeal, rust, and maybe a little marled gray for drama. You dream of living in a cottage with a spinning wheel and a cupboard full of hand-knit socks. Bonus points if there's a sourdough starter nearby. Your fiber stash likely includes Lion Brand's Wool Ease, Fisherman's Wool, or local grown yarn, or that one special skein you bought from a sheep farm and refused to use until the perfect pattern comes along. Wool is more than just yarn. It's tradition, it's craft, it's comfort. You understand how blocking transforms the wool project, how cables pop, how lace opens up, and how wool just gets better with time. You value durability, breathability, and that cozy sheepy scent that only real wool can bring. You're a fiber purist, a pattern explorer, a natural yarn enthusiast, and a sweater weather romantic. You're not here for the fast fashion, you're here for the forever pieces. You knit or crochet with purpose, passion, and a little bit of old soul magic. You're the wool whisperer, and you're everything that the handmade movement dreams of. At number 5, we have the Nylon Ninja. And don't let the softness fool you. This fiber lover is all about strength in the stitches. If nylon is your go-to, you're a details person through and through. You like things to be strong, durable, and built to last. You probably own more sock yarn than you're willing to admit, and you've definitely had an internal debate about which nylon blend gives you the perfect mix of stretch and structure. You're not just crafty, you're strategic. You knit or crochet for the long haul, and your projects show it. You love structure, clean lines, and a stitch that snaps back just right. If it's not made to be worn, washed, and worn again, it's not making it on your needles. And you've got a soft spot for that project bag with compartments, interchangeable needle sets, and spreadsheets for your whips. You believe in function and form, and you probably already got a favorite nylon sock yarn, and nothing will change your mind. You've got structure and personality, because nylon ninjas don't play. You're the quiet powerhouse in the fiber world. A nylon ninja isn't flashy, they're focused. You're flexible, resilient, and always ready to adapt. You might have had 5 half-finished projects, but they're all perfectly bagged, tagged, and waiting for their return. You don't chase trends, you chase longevity. Where others see a simple sock, you see a masterpiece in progress. Your attention to detail is next level. You notice things like gauge shift and fiber memory and elastic recovery. You might even swatch for fun. And you know a little nylon goes a long way, whether it's adding strength to a delicate lace weight or giving life to a pair of hard hard-wearing mittens. You're proof that the best yarn choices are often the most intentional. You're adorable, thoughtful, and always in motion. Like that half-finished sock you've been carrying around for a month. You're the Nylon Ninja and you're here to stay. At number 6, let's hear it for the Bamboo Baddy, the effortlessly chic, chill queen or king of the yarn world. If you gravitate toward bamboo yarn, you're all about the soft life. You like your yarn lightweight, breathable, and with a touch of natural shine. You're drawn to fibers that feel good on your skin and your conscience. You want your makes to drape like a dream, flow like a summer breeze, and maybe even match your favorite houseplant. Your yarn stash smells something like green tea, eucalyptus, and a hint of intention. You probably tried yoga once or twice, and let's be honest, you still think about becoming a certified instructor one day. Your aesthetic is Zen meets fiber artist. You light a candle before crafting, you wear linen, and you believe in deep breaths and deep blocking. You love natural fibers, but you're here for that smooth texture, that cool to the touch feel, and the way bamboo slides through your fingers like silk on a spa day. You're the reason people say things like, that top looks store-bought, because bamboo yarn really is that luxurious. You've made a market bag and used it to shop at Trader Joe's because you're effortlessly iconic. You lean into slow fashion, sustainable yarn options, and plant-based fibers that whisper earth goddess energy. Your favorite projects are flowy summer tops, lacy cardigans, and lightweight shawls, and yes, that one reusable shopping bag that you actually use. You're most likely a fan of Lion Brand's Trubu or Kobu or anything that promises a smooth finish and elegant drape. If it says eco-friendly, renewable, or plant-derived, it's already in your cart. You're not here for scratchy or stiff. You're here for that breezy, plant-powered, stress-free fiber experience. You might start your projects outside in the port, but you definitely take your whip to brunch. You're soft but strong in your craft. Your creativity is like bamboo itself, flexible, sustainable, and wildly underrated. You are the Bamboo Baddy. You bring peace, polish, and a whole lot of plant-based fabulousness to the handmade world. Up next is the polyester party girl or boy. If polyester is your go-to, you are the ultimate fiber wild child. You're not here to follow the rules. You're here to craft chaos and call it art. You love a good synthetic blend. You thrive in bold colors, and your stash looks like a confetti explosion from the craft store clearance bin in the best possible way. You don't stress over fiber snob. You're more concerned with what will pop in your next plushie, blanket, or chunky home decor piece. You've definitely crocheted with jumbo yarn, and yes, you absolutely bought it just to see what it'd do. No regrets. You're the kind of maker who keeps the fun and functional. You're the reason trends exist. You saw fuzzy sparkle yarn and thought, absolutely yes. You probably own at least one skein of Lion Brand's Feels Like Butter yarn, and you absolutely love it and think it's true to its name. You're the maker of the moment. You see a viral TikTok project and go, I can top that. I know you've tried Tunisian crochet, amigurumi, wall hangings, and maybe even yarn bombing. You're the person who's made 5 plushies in one weekend and somehow also started a tapestry. Your yarn stash is loud, proud, and unapologetically synthetic. You're here for vibrant yarn colors, soft touch, and machine washable convenience. Polyester fans don't just craft, they make statements. And honestly, we need you. You bring the sparkle, the texture, and the unpredictability. You remind the fiber world that sometimes yarn is supposed to be fun. You're the polyester party girl or party boy, equal parts glitter, guts, and go big or go home energy. Last but absolutely not least, we've got the cotton cutie. If you reach for cotton yarn, especially something like Lion Brand's 24/7 cotton, you're the definition of clean, crisp, and classic. You know how to keep it breezy and beautiful, even when your whip pile is 6 projects deep. You're the person who's always working on the perfect summer crochet top, beachy tank, or crochet market bag. Bonus points if you've done them both in the same yarn. Whether you're on vacation or just mentally at the beach, you radiate fresh energy. Think sun hats, citrus, SPF, and iced coffee or iced tea. You love a lightweight yarn moment, and you got at least one half-finished halter top to prove it. You're the MVP of summer yarn projects. You know that a cotton yarn is breathable, machine washable, and perfect for hot weather crochet or knitting. While others fear drape and shrinkage, you embrace the challenge and make it fashion. Your yarn choices are intentional. You read the fiber label, you know the difference between mercerized and regular cotton, and you definitely flex that knowledge in a group chat. Your stitch definition is always on point, and your projects are totally Instagram worthy. You're the one who brings the chill, effortless vibes, cool colors, and clean finishes. You're all about eco-friendly yarn choices, warm weather wearables, and that sweet spot where comfort meets style. You're the cotton cutie, practical, plant-based, and perpetually ready for a poolside project. So, which one are you? Did I read you to a T, or do you personally feel called out by your fiber choice? Either way, I have to know, so drop your favorite yarn in the comments below. Better yet, tag a crafty friend or find out their yarn personality too. Because let's be real, your fiber content says a lot about you. And this crochet community is full of some fun characters. If you're anything like me, you probably have a little bit of everything. Personally, I'm about 50% cotton Cutie because I love me some Lion Brand 24/7 cotton, 20% bamboo Baddy because I'm all about that smooth drape and can't live without my True Boo, 20% Acrylic Addict because I never pass up a sale, and 10% Merino Maven because luxury matters. If you had fun with this, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe for more yarn loving content, and stitch your way over to my next video. Whether you're here for pattern ideas or some good old fiber fun, this channel is your cozy corner of the internet. Stay creative, stay cozy, and I'll see you and your lovely yarn personality in the next one. Bye!